Right. Forget what number test this is. About 1 million, I think. But we're going to see if we can put together a 10-minute stream with a bit of gameplay footage, maybe a bit of camera trickery. It's taken a long time to get here. Alright, let's fire up the game, see if that even works this time. Last time it didn't. Well, weirdly, I've got no game audio in my ear now. That may have been my fault. So I'll be testing here to see if the microphone audio and the gameplay audio are nicely balanced. So you should be able to hear the game, but also be able to hear me speak over the top of it without requiring me to speak too loudly or anything like that. Wouldn't it be wonderful if it actually looked like that? Look at the deformation that you get on the tyres there. Deformation? Yeah, deformation. I'd say cattle and crops wasn't a million miles off of this. Certainly closer than Farm Sim or, dare I say it, Pure Farm. A game which I don't have a lot of love for. Hello guys, welcome to Sim UK. This is my first ever Twitch stream, but I'm doing it in secret so that none of you can actually see it live. So there'll be nobody talking today. This is just a test to see if everything is configured properly. And I tell you what, this must be hour number 14 trying to get this to work, and that's just today. It's not the first time that I've tried to set this up. Yeah, it's been tricky. And interestingly, all day whilst I've been setting this up, what I have done is created a career. But weirdly, when I added a few extra mods, all of my career games, my save games, disappeared. So now I don't even have that. But this is the situation, guys. So Pure Farming came out just the other day on the 13th, I think it was. And I made a review after 2 hours of gameplay, and I was seriously unimpressed. Exactly the same as I was with Farming Simulator 17 when it came out. Now the difference is that Farming Simulator has got a seriously strong and seriously capable and seriously brilliant modding team behind them, whereas Pure Farming doesn't have that yet. So, although Pure Farming is better than the vanilla Farming Simulator 17, in my humble opinion, there's no point in buying it now because we've already got Farming Simulator plus all the mods that make it way better than Pure Farming. Now 6, 7, 8 months from now, maybe a year from now, perhaps Pure Farming is going to be an amazing game based on the fact that the modders have got in and made it into a brilliant game. But at the moment, there is no point in owning that game because it's not very good, it's full of bugs, and it's missing so many key features. That's my opinion. Whether you like it or not, that's how I see it. So I return my game. I'm not the only one who's done it. Hundreds of people have done it. And if you look at the reviews on Steam, it's like 50-50. Half people think it's good, half people think it's not. But I reckon 3 months from now, if they haven't really pulled the finger out of their butts and done something with that game, then it's going to get worse. It's going to be 60% negative, 40% positive, and it might even continue to go down if they don't do something. But I have heard from the community, from you guys, that the dev team behind it, or the promotion team behind it, are very, very good at listening to the community and making changes. So it's not a dead game, it's just not worth buying at the moment, which is why I'm here. Since I played Cattle and Crops a couple of weeks ago and Farm Manager 2018, I have been desperately seeking a bit of farm simulation time. I haven't played Farming Simulator 17 since it came out. I was so disappointed. They hadn't done anything to improve the game, in my humble opinion, and they'd whacked a flipping train in it. I was so annoyed. and I just couldn't bring myself to play the game. Anyway, long story short, the mod teams have been in, and my God, have they done a good job. And they've turned this into something absolutely sensational. Really, really good. So I'm going to give it another go. I'm going to give it another try. I'm desperate to get a farming simulation game under my hat. That's how I started Sim UK, with a farm sim every day. And I miss it desperately, I do. So we're going to have a try at Farm Simulator 17, because it was meant to be pure farming. That was my plan, but pure farming is nowhere near what I need, to be quite honest with you. It's not good enough, not by a long way. So we're going to try Farming Simulator 17 instead. So I spent all day putting mods in, and I've picked a map which is huge and capable for expansion. We will play on hard. Not Goral, not Drummond, where is it? Cleanow. Absolutely huge this map is. Okay, so we've got the MT700E Field Viper that came as part of the Farm Sim 17 early package. We got the T-Series Cow Edition, again that came with it. Platinum expansion, I must have bought that update, I don't even remember doing that. The Roper Pack, I bought that the other day, I don't know why, I just did. I've got Disabled Vehicle Camera Collision on, AI Vehicle Extension on, I don't know how to use this yet. A lot of these things I'm going to have to learn how to use. Livestock Trailer Pack, Chicken Edition, Big Bags, that's in beta, so hopefully that'll work. Throw any bags, it should be fine. Bale storage, Bank of Hagenstadt, Chop straw for harvesters, that's kind of a must-have mod. Combine add-on, again I don't know how to use that. Courseplay 5, I've used Courseplay before obviously with Farming Sim 15, but I don't know how to use Courseplay 5, so I'm going to have to work that out as well. Same with Follow Me, that's been updated. It's probably still the same and it won't take me long, but there you go. I've got Dirty Rain turned on, so tractors and vehicles don't get clean if you leave them out in the rain. I don't know whether that's realistic or less realistic, but what it will do is make me have to do more work, so it seemed like a good idea. I've got the DJI Phantom 2, again, I have never used that, but I thought it would be brilliant for just doing some aerial shots of the farm and checking on crops and stuff, because that's what farmers really use in real life in order to go and check their crops and so on. I got a placeable Christmas tree because, well, I'd still like to be playing this game right up until Farm Sim 19 comes out, which will be round about Christmas. I've got an egg collector because I hate collecting eggs, but I want to have chickens. Enhanced chicken pack for the same reason. Fast night. Now, I haven't configured this yet, but basically this will speed through the night at a certain time and bring it back to normal time. So 5 times or 15 times throughout the day. I haven't decided what speed I'm going to run this game at yet. I want an entire day to last no more than 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes max. So I've just got to figure out what timing schedule I need in order to do that. Obviously the 4 real mods, I think there's only 3, so I've got all 3 of those. That's Crop Destruction, that's missing in Pure Farming, unbelievably. Tire Dirt, that's actually in Pure Farming and they've done a very good job with it, to be fair. Ground Response, Pure Farming has half done that, but not to any great standard. This is considerably better, I think, but to be fair, Farming Sim 17 did absolutely nothing in that response, so they are fighting an uphill battle on that one. Fuel Proof Package, I have absolutely no idea what that is. Oh, that's fuel tanks that I can store anywhere, basically. Better fuel usage, that's for added realism. Game extension, that is for, I think that's the More Real mod. Gearbox add-on, again, that's for realism. Ground modification, that's so I can change the ground so that it's not grass. I can turn it into a road if I so choose. Growth control, this is an interesting one that I only found out about today, and basically I don't want my crops to grow too quickly. I want it to be quite realistic, so I'm thinking 5 to 7 days from planting to being ready to harvest, maybe even longer than that. so that we really have to use our brain to sort of, you know, time it properly. High level racks, that's just for aesthetics. Hose system, so that you can transfer something from one place to another. Cline out, obviously, is what we're using today. The light add-on, I cannot remember what that does. Floodlights, Lizard Rumbler van, that looked pretty cool. I saw that on Dagwin the other day and I quite liked it, so I've grabbed it. Loco drive, this basically makes the trains drive around on their own. I don't think there is a train in this map, I could be wrong. But if there is one, it'll be driving around all by itself, which looks way more realistic. You don't have many farmers who are allowed to drive the trains. I hated that in FS17. I can't tell you how much. Manual attaching, obviously. Manual unloading, clearly has to happen. Here's the more realistic mods. Thankfully, you can find these on the on Giant's website now, which is super awesome, because it was quite convoluted trying to install that otherwise. The no HUD mod, that gets rid of everything. I haven't tried that out yet, so I'm looking forward to trying that. I think it'll look nicer for you guys. Some brick walls, some concrete gates, some wood fences, some placeable fence sets. That's a washer for the vehicles. Trees pack, powerful spotlights, real nights mod. Apparently this makes it much darker, much more realistic at night. Can't wait to see that. Although I'm not planning to work at night all that much, but maybe when we've got a big job on or something, if the weather's coming in or something like that. No teleport, so I can't teleport between vehicles like other YouTubers do. I want it to be totally realistic. So if I park somewhere stupid and have a crash, I'm walking back home to get another tractor to come and fix it. Plantable spruce trees, I just like the look of that, looks pretty cool. Obviously I'm running seasons. I know nothing about seasons, so that's going to be a big learning curve for me. Seasons Ultima fix, apparently the Ultima vehicles have an issue, so that's the fix for it. Sawdust mod just makes it more realistic. Scarecrow, for obvious reasons. Shed package, that's pretty cool actually. Slower refueling, one thing I do hate about this and pure farming is much worse, but it's the speed at which you can fill your tractor up. It should take a lot longer, so that's what that's for. Start point save, so if I save the game and I'm stood in the middle of the field, when I load the game back up, I'll still be stood in the middle of the field. I'm not sure if I like that or not, but we're going to give it a try. Obviously a tow bar in case we have an issue. Tree marker, that's a bit hit and miss. It only seems to work on one type of tree, but we'll test that out and see how we get on. Wheel loader to trailer adapter. Obviously this is an adapter so that you can attach a trailer to the back of something else. Haven't tried that yet, looking forward to trying that. Working toolbox, again, haven't tried this. And map autosave every 5 minutes. That's it, guys. That's all the mods. And of course, today we will be running a wheel cam. So I've got my Cytex side panel here, which I've been hurriedly trying to set up all day long, and I've got my G29 here, which I'm still working on. And because we're running the gears mod, I will have gears, and I think maybe you can just about see that in the camera, but this is a test. Yeah, I might have to adjust that camera slightly. Something like this. As I say, it is a test today. The whole point of this is that I figure out where I'm going right and where I'm going wrong and how I can do things better. And that takes time. That takes a lot of time. So I've got over here a Stream Deck, but for some reason it's gone off. So I can't do anything with it at the moment. I've been having a hell of a lot of issues today. You wouldn't believe how much stuff is broken. It's just ridiculous. Right, let's get on. I'm also using a Xbox 360 controller. Let me just go back to wheel cam a second so that you can see this here. I've got the Xbox 360 controller, and this is for everything that I do outside of the tractor. Why is that not working? Because I wasn't clicked onto the game, that's why. Okay, so I've got this all bound up and configured the way I want. Look how slowly it turns. If you happen to know how to make that turn quicker, please let me know, because that is agonizingly slow. But if you turn and turn at the same time, it's not so bad. Not so bad. Right, so here we are. This is the farm. Now I've got to show you this because the person who made the farm, I'm assuming this is a picture of that person, the creator, and the creator's father, who according to this died in 1991. Just here by all accounts, which is quite quite a tragic kind of acknowledgement. And I've just realised over here somewhere this is the washing line, and sometimes there's washing on that, and obviously that's something due to that's because it's in the picture. I just realised. So anyway, much respect and condolences and rest in peace, and also thank you for making this mod, this map. So I've got some tunes hooked up so that when we're in the car we've got some music to listen to, but my head tracking appears to be playing silly buggers at the moment. The music's going to be terrible, I warn you now. So I just need to momentarily rebind this button despite having done it 1,000 times. Let's try again. There we go. Right, now because we've got the Real Gears mod, I'll do this the best I can. This vehicle is going to be automatic, even though I don't think it is, but you have ranges which are here. You can just see it going up in the top right hand corner where it says auto hold. So each gear is limited to a speed. So the fastest this vehicle can go is 80.8 miles per hour. Now if I want to go backwards, let me just go forwards a second. You can see I can't go any faster than 24.9 miles an hour. Now in a car that's not particularly helpful, but when you're in a tractor that's very helpful. If I want to go backwards, I have a reverse gear, and then we go backwards. I'm just going to park up here actually. So we also have down here, if I go back to wheel cam, am I still on wheel cam? Good. Down here we have, no, this is the handbrake. I am trying to remember as I go. So now we shouldn't roll anywhere. And I can turn the engine off. And when we get out, going back to the controller, the music goes off. So we don't have to listen to it constantly. And I can turn it off as well. When you guys are actually joining me in the stream and you've had enough of the music or the song, just let me know and we'll do something about it. So, yes, we can. What can we do? We can jump in this wonderful tractor here. This is the Voltra T series. Now, one thing that I've found with the Gears mod is that every tractor is different, it seems. But not every tractor is different, but there are a lot of varieties here. So this one, if you look at the motor off on the top right hand corner, so just turn the engine on. Let's just kill the radio a second so you can hear it. So if I go up, you can see I've got drive 1, that will give me a maximum speed of 15.5 miles per hour. C1, I don't know what that stands for, B1 and A1. Now maximum speed of A1 is 2.3 miles an hour. That's very important when you're doing certain jobs. So that is really, really a cool feature. Now, there are ranges within each gear type. So A1 can go from A1 all the way up to A5, and you'll see that A5 gives us 5.3 miles per hour. So if I now go up through the ranges, through the gears to D5, you can see that this tractor can do a maximum speed of 32.9 miles per hour. Now if I whack us into reverse, rightly or wrongly, rightly or wrongly, you'll find that we can do 16.4 miles an hour, but we can still go up the gears. So according to this, we can do 32 miles an hour in reverse. Now, I do just need to set this up because, as I say, my game save file has died. So we'll turn auto clutch off, we'll go to manual gears, we'll have gears and ranges, match automatically. I don't really do anything with these, to be honest. Swap gears and range is on. G27 doesn't work for me. I have a G29, I don't know if that's the reason why. So we'll set that to keys, and that just basically registers these as keys rather than as gears. Forward and backwards buttons, toggle and separate, I think I leave that as it is. And everything else is the same. Now I do need to bind myself a button to toggle between four-wheel drive. I haven't done that yet. Again with the differential lock, and for front and for rear. Hand throttle is literally, it's like an accelerator that stays where you put it, but we won't be using that because we've got cruise control, so just doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever. I also don't know what this means particularly. Hired worker auto power shift, but we'll figure that out as we get to it. So some controls here. You can see I've gone through and bound a few things already. And also these are the default ones over here. So this is a fantastic mod. And one thing I haven't mentioned is the clutch. The clutch is actually simulated. It's not perfect, but if you look in the top right hand corner, you see that below D1 we've got current RPM, load, fuel used and wheel slip. Now where's my clutch? Did I miss that? Whoops. Let's just check. Auto clutch. Oh, there we go. Auto clutch is now off. So now we have a clutch in there between fuel used and wheel slip. I must have missed that. So if I put us into D1 and take my foot off the clutch, you'll see RPM is too low and the engine cuts out. Now it's not 100% realistic. In fact, it's not really very realistic at all, but it's a lot more realistic than not having a clutch. And I do enjoy it, and you can actually drive it quite realistically as well. So I suppose in a way it is realistic. It's just the way that it's done. It's quite convoluted the way it's been put together, some of this. For example, you can't go down the gears into neutral. There's no neutral. That's a separate button all by itself, which I think is a bit of a weird decision, but that's just my opinion. And we all know that I'm not allowed to have one of those without all the trolls coming to say hello. Right, let's fire this little baby up. Now all I've done, so we're in drive because we're not actually working, so there's no point in doing anything other than drive. And if you just listen to the engine, whoa, still in reverse, look. So if you listen to the engine as I go up the gears, now you don't have to change, you don't have to depress the clutch to go up through the range, I've discovered, but you do have to press the clutch if you want to change the gear. So we're in D5 now. If I try and swap to C1 or C5, whatever it's going to put us in. Okay, that didn't make an awful noise. It should have done. Okay, well, it's still a work in progress. You can see how it rolled back there. That's a combination of real mod and this really rather wonderful gear mod as well. Come on, chicken, out the way. Beep beep. I haven't got a horn yet, by the way. So this is all about ultimate realism. I love the farm sim experience a huge amount, and as a result there's probably not going to be a lot of outside, where are we going? Up here, I think. There's not going to be a lot of outside camera work, to be honest with you. Now I'm open to changing that and accommodating people's best wishes. You know, it is cool to see a tractor outside, but my thinking is, if I do well as the farmer and the farm evolves, then we'll have helpers and workers, and we can watch those tractors, and we can also get out and watch them whilst they're working. So it just, I think it offers a greater deal of realism doing it this way. But we'll discuss that if anybody chooses to watch the stream. I don't know if they will. Are we automatically changing gears here? Let me just... Maybe that's why the clutch didn't grind at me. Yeah, it's still on automatic. Why? Pretty sure I changed that. Maybe I didn't. Okay, now if I try and... Oh, RPM's too low. Yeah, let's bring this up because I can't remember what gear I'm in. We're in D5. Right. So we'll come back down to D1. We'll start the engine again. Clutch is depressed. You can see if I lift my foot up off the clutch, it goes to 100 and cuts out. So if I start driving in D5, why am I in D5? D1, come on. So you can go up and down the D gears without having to press the clutch, but if I want to go to C, I need to use the clutch to do that, because if I don't, oh, you get a, oh, that's not good, oh gosh. So yeah, in that sense it's very realistic, the clutch. And in a map like this, because I've been around, I haven't seen the whole of the map, but I've seen some of the map. And in a map like this, I think I've gone the wrong way for what I wanted to do. Let me just do it a roundabout here. On a map like this, where there's quite a few hills and tricky areas, having these gear controls is an absolute godsend. And it makes for a far, far more realistic experience. So that's how the gears work in this tractor. There is another tractor that we have where the gears don't work anything like this at all. It's almost automatic, and you can set any vehicle up the way you want, and once you've set it up, it saves it in the XML file and of your save game, and it will be that way the next time you play as well. Now where is this flipping barn? I can't remember. I haven't really played very much on this. I started ploughing one field, I think is that it over there? I think that might be it over there. I need to get all this UI stuff off the screen as well. I haven't configured that new mod yet, so I don't know what the key is for it. I will figure it out, and as we play more I will remember more and learn more, and it will get better and better and better. There it is. Okay. So this tractor up here, you can see I'm struggling to get up this hill now. Yep. Should have been in D1. You can see I'm rolling backwards there. So let's park up next to this little tractor here. And we'll turn the engine off. Another thing I haven't shown you, or I may have shown you, is the handbrake, which is bound to this button here. So now we grab my controller and we jump out, and if we jump in the old Fendt 300 Vario, we can put the controller back down because we're inside now. And this has a very different set of gears. So I'm going to hold my foot on the clutch, and you'll see that we don't have any gear options at all. And that's because this one is defaulted to automatic. So we're going to turn that off, and we're going to stick that to manual, and basically this tractor is automatic. There is nothing else that you can do with this one. Of course we have reverse still. Which works exactly the same. And yeah, from this point it's just completely, bit of a glitch there, completely automatic, so we don't have to worry about gears on this tractor at all. Now, when starting this map, you'll find that we have, I think, 2 fields to our name. So that building there that we just went past is our main building. Wish I had a button that I could press to, like, swap these cameras without having to do that every time. I'll work on that. That's what the stream deck is for, but it's packed up. Everything's broken today. I've gone through 3 cameras, 4 cameras, but I managed to get that one working again actually. So I haven't seen any traffic in this map yet. I'm wondering whether there is any actually. So you can see we've got field number 44 and number 46 just over there, and it's possible that we have a vehicle in 44. Somewhere down here there's a little turning that allows me to get into the field. Somewhere down here, maybe it's up the other end, I can't remember. It's all pretty new. Oh, there was another picture there. It would be so nice if it beeped when you went into reverse so that you knew. Well, this is a nice little feature. Let's put the handbrake on. And of course in this game we can get out and the tractor continues to run. That's not available in pure farming yet, but I'm sure it will turn up someday. Our last year on the farm before having to sell up. Oh, that is such a shame. I understand what this map is all about far more now. And that's actually the guy who developed this this map. That is the boy in the photos. Wow, in 2016. Much respect to you, young man. This is a wonderful map, by the way, if I haven't said that already. Okay. Oh, I'm still in reverse. We could have ended up in that ditch. Could have been a totally different experience, this video. But again, that's the reason why I'm so thankful that I have this mod, because if you're not paying attention, mistakes like that can happen. In all honesty, having left it in gear, taking my foot off the clutch, the engine should have cut out. But it's obviously limited by FS17 as to what it can and can't do. Right, so number 44, this is ours. And if I shoot up the top here, I'm just interested to find out what that green thing is in the middle. Goodness me, it's like a little tree island in the middle of a field. Who thought that was a good idea then? Oh, it's like a hunting spot or something. Well, that's a nice little project. I could possibly, I don't know whether to tear that down and chop the trees down and utilise that space or not, or just leave it and let it be. So I've just seen there's another green dot over here by 46, so let's just swing over there a second and take a quick look at that. Obviously number 45 is not our field, but it doesn't look like it has any crops in it. Crop destruction is on. I can't nip outside on the outside camera to show you that we're not destroying any crops, because I don't actually have a button bound to do that. So over here, somewhere over here, never been over here before. Nice little house, love to live there, that would be wonderful. So where's this vehicle then? I don't see it yet. Looks like we've got some more barns and such over there though. Obviously we shouldn't be driving through people's gardens like this, but for this first video I'm not too worried about doing the right thing. Oh, there's a vehicle there. Maybe that's our vehicle. I think it might be. Oh, could be that one. What's that? Let's go have a look. Okay, so we're going to come out of gear. I don't think it works on this one because it's an automatic. Handbrake on. Excellent. And out we jump. Right. Oh, a Massey Ferguson 7719. or 7719. Oh, it says 7700 series there, but that's absolutely fine. Quite nicely modelled, I guess. Kind of. Nice enough. It's nice enough. It's nice enough. Right, so engine on. Oh, that's a nice sounding tractor. We're going to have to configure the gears. We do this the first time we get in any vehicle. So turn auto clutch off, put it on manual, set that to keys, and that's kind of it. Don't think there's much else I need to do. So let's back out of here, making sure we don't hit the wall or that nice vehicle there, whatever it is. Am I still in reverse? Yes, I am. So this one does have gears. You can see we're in A1 at the moment, A2, A3, A4. That's interesting. So this one is the complete reverse, but it goes all the way up to F. So F4 gives us 32.3 miles per hour. So this one has a huge combination of gears available. Wow. What's interesting is that every single tractor I've driven so far has a different combination of gears that you've got to get used to. Ooh. F3 sounds like a good one. So it looks like we got a little caravan down in this gully. I'm not sure if they're there on purpose or whether they've got stuck. That's kind of irrelevant to this. Whoa, steady on there. So guys, basically that is my introduction to what I'm going to be doing. Let me explain to you the format by which I'm hoping to run this. So I have 3 channels, I guess, basically surrounding this game. So I'm going to stream an entire week's worth of gameplay. So that's 7 in-game days. I think times 5 is not enough. I think what we need to be doing here is like 15, maybe 30, because I want each episode or each day to be around about 20 to 30 minutes. I think I mentioned that earlier. We'll have a little drive around whilst I'm explaining this. So yeah, so on Twitch you'll be able to watch the entire week being recorded in one go, and then hopefully the recording off the back of that will be split into 7 single days, and that will be put onto another channel called The Farm, and based on that, can't seem to go up the gears here. I'm gonna have to figure these gears out. That's because F is the highest, isn't it? Of course it is. So what does A give us? A4. Let's go right. Oh, yeah. A4 is quite pokey. Only 15 miles an hour though. Pretty gentle speeds. Let's see if we can. B4 gives us 18, 22, 26. I think 32 is the fastest. There we go. So that's max speed. Yeah, so there will be a stream. The full stream will be on Twitch. I will break it down to individual days and put that onto the Farm channel. If you want to watch it, if you want to catch up on, say maybe you watched half of the episode but you didn't catch the whole thing, you can catch up from day 3 or day 4 over on the Farm. And then on Sim UK, once a week I'm going to try and collate that entire week down, condense it down into a 20-30 minute video, just showing the highlights really of the week, and that's the plan. Now it's a glorious plan. It's what I've wanted to do since before Farm Sim 17 even came out. Whoa, Realism mod. Cannot go round corners at stupid speeds when you've got Realism mod on, because you'll end up in the trees with a nosebleed. Right, so it's something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. Since FS17 came out, it was the plan the whole way through. I was going to do it with pure farming, but it's just not good enough a game for me to be interested in playing it. So we're back on FS17, and I've got to say, with the mods that are included, I'm actually genuinely quite excited about this. Now, some of you may have seen that I've got cattle and crops on the channel as well, and I'm certainly not choosing this over that. But at the moment, cattle and crops has a terrible controller mechanism and no head tracking, and they're two very important things for me. So until that's fixed, cattle and crops is going to have to just to be on the back burner, I guess you'd say. Sort of, I'll make videos on updates and, whew, blimey, just show how things are progressing. I might have to go around there a bit slower than 24. 19 feels about right. So yeah, that's the plan, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you think that's good or bad. I'm expecting a large number of trolls to come and diss this video considerably because I was nasty about pure farming. And what the weirdest thing about that is that the majority of people who came and gave me grief and gave me a thumbs down on that video have never even played pure farming, because I ask everyone who's got an opinion about how I'm not being fair to pure farming, and I ask them if they've played it yet, and they say no. I haven't yet found anybody who has played the game and disagrees with my opinion. And every day more and more people agree with me, and the views on Steam are getting worse and worse. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be a good game 6 months from now. I hope you understand that. I'm just saying that right now it's not worth £25, because this game, FS17 with mods, is considerably better. So why would you even bother playing pure farming at the moment? That is my point. So yeah, let's just nip in here. I think this is the biofuel area, isn't it? It seems like a good enough place as any to end this video. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that might be something you're interested in. I don't really have any structured plans about what I'm going to do or how I'm going to do it. I just want to have some chilled out farming time. I have a very stressful life, and I always found Farm Sim 15 to be very relaxing, and that's kind of what I want to do here. Just want to record some relaxing, fun, interesting, challenging Farm Sim videos and share them with you guys. That would be totally awesome. And also, I've been trying to get a Twitch and a live video thing going for a long time, and I've never really managed to do it. So this is my attempt at doing that as well. I think that's enough chit chat and jibber jab. I don't know how long I've been doing this. Probably about half an hour or so. So I'm going to call it a day there, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Until next time. Going way too fast there. Until next time. Goodbye. I forgot. I need to do the outro thing, don't I? Oh, silly me. I'm not used to this twitching stuff yet. I definitely need to set up some buttons over here. Handbrake on. Oh, I forgot to put it in neutral.